Now we'll be learning about section 25, that is self-acting machines. Self-acting machines are the machines which after being put on start their operation or action automatically without any manual intervention. A nice example for self-acting machine will be a shaping machine. So in this section we'll be learning about standard set for self-acting machine, especially regards to the transversing part and material they carry. The transversing part are the part of the machine which extend beyond the speeds of the machine during their operation. So in this example, this is the transversing part, and in this example, this is the transversing part. So we'll go through this standard one by one to get better idea of it. No transversing part material carried of a self-acting machine shall, if the space over which it runs is the space over which any person is liable to pass. In this image you can see a self-acting machine. This is the transversing part of the self-acting machine. This transversing part moves in and out of the machine. So this is the space over which the transversing part moves. The same space should not be used for a person movement. As you can see in this image, the same space is used by both the person movement as well as the transversing part. This is not allowed. Similarly, the transversing part should transverse outward or inward within a distance of 45 cm from any fixed structure which is not part of the machine. And in this image you can see this is the transversing part, and there is a fixed structure over here. Consider this as wall. So the distance between this transversing part and this wall should be 45 cm. Okay, it should be minimum 45 cm. We'll learn this with more example. As you can see in this image, this is a shaping machine. This laterally placed is the transversing part of the shaping machine. This part moves in and out of the machine. This is the space over which the transversing part moves. So this space should not be used for a person movement. Similarly, there is one wall which is not part of the machine. The distance between this and the exterior end of the transversing part to the wall should be minimum 45 cm. As you can see in this image, a person is standing over here, and if this is a self-acting machine and the transversing part moves, then it will hit that person. This picture gives a better idea of it. The person and the transversing part share the same space, and the transversing part hits the person. So this is the reason why transversing part and the person should not share the same space, as it will hit the person and will cause an accident or an injury. So with this we'll move on to our next section. Now we'll speak about section 26, that is casing of new machinery. This section speaks about casing or guarding of the revolving part of the machine and also the fasteners which are fitted to it. It also mentions of the punishment to be given to a person if the above subsection are not followed. And it also gives an authority to the state government to frame rules in this regard. So we'll go through this standard one by one. The first one is subsection 1, clause A. In all machinery driven by power, every set screw, bolt or key on any revolving shaft, spindle, wheel or pinion shall be sunk, encased or otherwise effectively guarded. As you can see in this image, there are different types of screw and bolt placed. And this screw or bolt fitted to a revolving shaft, spindle or wheel, they should be placed in such a manner that they are effectively guarded or either sunk or encased. To get a better idea, we have this picture over here. In this picture there is one revolving shaft and there are different bolt screw fitted to it, and this bolt and screw are fitted in such a manner that they are either sunk, encased or effectively guarded. Sunk basically means that you have to create a cavity inside the surface of this, and the bolt held will fit inside this cavity in such a manner that it remains leveled on the surface and nothing comes out of the surface. Similarly, if this is not possible, then it should be effectively guarded or encased. So we'll move on to the next subsection. Clause B. All spur, worm and other tooth or friction gearing which does not require frequent adjustment while in motion shall be completely encased. Now as you can see in this image, there is a gearing system which is not encased. Now all such system which does not require frequent adjustment while in motion shall be completely encased. So we'll move on to our next subsection. Subsection 2. Whoever sells, lets on hire, or as an agent of a seller or hirer, causes or procures to be sold or let or hire for use in a factory any machinery driven by power which does not comply with the provision shall be punishable with imprisonment of 3 months or with fine ₹500 or both. Now a person who sells the machinery or agent who sells the machinery or gives on hire, similarly a person who procures the machinery and gives it on hire or sells it, and the machinery is such that it is to be used in a factory and driven by power and does not comply with the provisions mentioned above, then the person will be punishable with a fine of ₹500 or imprisonment of 3 months or both. Now we'll learn about subsection 3. The state government may make rules specifying further safeguard to be provided in respect of any other dangerous part of any particular machine or class or description of machine. So in this subsection, authority is given to the state government to make rules regarding safeguards to be provided to dangerous machines or dangerous parts of the machine or any such class or description of machines. So with this, we'll move on to our next section,